Hi, it's Karen. Today I'm going to make for you a caramel mocha poke cake. So let's get started. Oh, 4 points on Weight Watchers. So here's what we need to do first. The first thing you're going to do is get the Pillsbury sugar-free devil's food cake, chocolate cake. And we're going to put this in a mixer. And we're going to make this with 12 ounces of 7-Up. And that's it. Oh, well, and a tablespoon of instant coffee. Okay? So I'm going to mix that up and then I'll show you what it looks like next. And as all my videos, the description and the ingredients will be in the description. Also, make sure to subscribe and like. I always forget to say that, and it's important, I guess. Be back. Okay, so I have mixed up the batter and I put some butter pan in my 9 by 13 pan, and the oven is preheated to 325. So we're just going to pour that in, and then we're going to bake it for since this is a rectangular pan, we're going to bake it for 34 minutes. You bake it the same as you would any kind of cake with the eggs and the oil and all that stuff. One of these days I want to try, I told you put 12 ounces of the zero sugar 7-Up in this, and no eggs and none of the other stuff, just the soda. And I did put a tablespoon of coffee in it because I'm making this a mocha cake. And then you just bake it according to the rest of the ingredients. I'm really messing up my words today. The rest of the instructions. So I'll be back in 34 minutes. Okay, the cake is done. I poked holes in it using this wooden spoon, because the holes have to be a little bit bigger than your regular poke cake that you would use a fork. All right, it's still warm, and now we're going to make the caramel sauce. I'm using a half a cup of this dulce de leche milk caramel spread, and we're going to heat it up, and we're going to use a half a cup of the Almond Breeze unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Actually, I'm going to start out with 1/4 of a cup and see how that does. I just want to thin this out a bit and see how it is, so that when we put it over the cake, it'll seep in and it won't be too clumpy, because, yeah, this is working pretty good. You can see it. So that's 1/4 of a cup. So once that gets completely melted, we're going to pour that over the cake. And the next thing we're going to make is the chocolate pudding. So I'll be back. I'll show you how it looks. Okay, I ended up putting in another 1/4 of a cup of the almond milk for a total of a half a cup. And it's all smooth right now and warm, and we're going to just drizzle that in on top of the cake. So I'll show you how that goes. I'm just going to go like so. Put it right over the holes, because you want a little bit of that and a little bit to go, in the pudding, for the pudding. So, yeah, I think I could have maybe used a little less of the milk. So maybe I would stick with the 1/4 cup of the almond milk. All right, so then you might want to just smooth it over a little bit. All right, and then we're going to make the pudding. Okay, so now we're going to make our pudding. I have 1 container of chocolate sugar-free instant pudding that I'm going to put in my mixer. I'm also going to add This is the brand. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cocoa, Hershey's cocoa, unsweetened. And then we're going to add 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk, vanilla flavored. And whisk that up. Well, almost 2 cups. I'll be back. Well, this is what happens when you do things live, and when I haven't made this recipe before. So I made the pudding, but I used the almond milk and it wasn't cold enough, so it didn't set. So I just happened to have these sugar-free snack packs, chocolate, and that's what we're going to put on this cake. So it's the same points, and we're just going to spread it over. Doesn't have to be thick because we're going to put whipped cream on top. So we're just going to spread that on there and make do with what we have. So if you want to use, you have some sugar-free chocolate pudding, go ahead and use that. It will probably taste just the same, but mine didn't set, so that's why I'm using this. All right, let me finish this up and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, it's been an hour or 2 and I made up my Cool Whip topping. I added about a half a teaspoon of coffee and about a tablespoon of sweetener to this. Now you can just put regular whipped cream on this if you want. So it's up to you. I wanted a sort of a mocha coffee flavor. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish this by icing the rest of the cake. I'm going to try to make it look pretty, so I'm going to be very careful, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is company good. This is so good. It's 4 points for this piece, but you know what? I might just have to have 2 pieces for 8 points because it's that good. So, bon appetit. You guys are going to love this. It's delicious. It's kind of a lot of work. I mean, there are a lot of steps, but it's worth it. Very, very good.